Hi, welcome to In Between Thoughts. Today we're going to talk about something that I think a lot of people experience but do not always understand. Why being alone feels so uncomfortable. Because I do not think people are always scared of being alone. I think sometimes people are scared of being alone with themselves. Think about it. How often do we sit in complete silence? No music, no phone, no social media, no texting someone, no videos playing in the background, no distractions, not very often. Because the moment things get quiet, something else gets loud, our thoughts. And I think that's where a lot of discomfort begins. Because when life slows down and there is nothing distracting us anymore, suddenly we're left sitting with ourselves, with things we've been avoiding, with emotions we never fully processed, with questions we kept pushing away. Questions like, am I happy? Am I okay? Am I where I want to be in life? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel lonely? Why do I still think about certain things? And honestly, that can feel scary. Because distractions are easy. Keeping yourself busy is easy. Always having plans is easy. Always texting someone is easy. Always having noise around you is easy. But sitting with yourself can sometimes feel difficult. And I think a lot of people are not actually scared of silence. I think people are scared of what silence brings. Because silence has a way of showing us things we have been avoiding, things we were too distracted to notice, things we buried under being busy, things we covered with social media, work, relationships, and constant stimulation. And suddenly all of those things disappear for a moment and you're left with yourself. And for some people, that feels uncomfortable because maybe they do not really know themselves. Maybe they spent so much time trying to be what everyone else needed that they forgot who they were. Maybe they spent so much time focusing on relationships, friendships, school, work, or pleasing other people that they never really sat down and asked themselves, who am I when nobody else is around? What do I actually enjoy? What genuinely makes me happy? What do I want? And I think somewhere along the way, people started treating being alone like it was something negative. Like if you're alone, something must be wrong. Like if you spend time by yourself, people assume you're lonely. Like if you're not constantly surrounded by people, then somehow you're missing something. But being alone and being lonely are not always the same thing. You can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. You can be in a relationship and still feel lonely. You can be in a room full of people and still feel disconnected. Because loneliness is not always about who's around you. Sometimes it's about feeling disconnected from yourself. And I think that's one of the saddest feelings, feeling disconnected from the one person you spend your entire life with. You! But I also think there is something really beautiful about learning how to be alone. Because when you stop running from silence, you start hearing yourself. You start learning things about yourself. You start noticing things. You start finding little things that make you happy. You start becoming comfortable with your own company. You start becoming your own safe place. And I think that is important because the relationship you have with yourself is one of the longest relationships you will ever have. People come and go, life changes, situations change, but you stay with you through all of it. Every good day, every bad day, every heartbreak, every achievement, every mistake, every version of yourself. And maybe being alone was never supposed to be something to fear. Maybe it was supposed to be something that helps you find yourself. Maybe learning how to sit with yourself is not loneliness. Maybe it's self discovery. I'll see you in the next In Between Thoughts.